Here's the spreadsheet we developed for the main question in Unit 12. We buy a house for $250,000, and we assume that it will go up in value 3% each year, on average over a long period of time. Over here, we calculated the monthly increase that would be equivalent to 3%. That's this over here, and then we applied it month by month to show the increasing value of the house. The idea is that if at any moment in time we sold the house, this is the amount we would get for it. To buy the $250,000 house, we put $50,000 down and borrowed the rest, $200,000. The mortgage terms were 6.25% for 30 years. And we figured out what our monthly payment would need to be so that at the end of the 30 years we owe exactly zero. This column, therefore, shows month by month what we owe the bank. For example, if we were to sell the house after 1 year, we'd get this much for selling the house, and we'd owe this much back to the bank. The difference is what we would get to keep, the part of the house that we really own. And after 1 year, that's $59,844. If we scroll down to 120 months, we find that our equity, the portion of the house that we could keep, the portion of the cash from the sale of the house that we could keep, is $167,504. And I've copied that number over here so that when we change the numbers, we can remember what the original answer was. So now, let's talk about what does change in question 1. We still buy a house at $250,000 with $50,000 down. The house still increases at 3% a year, so none of these numbers change. What does change is that when we borrow our $200,000, we're going to pay 6.5% interest, a little bit more. Because the interest is higher, more of our monthly payment will go toward the interest in the first years, and therefore the amount we owe the bank will go down more slowly. At any point in time, early on, we'll owe the bank more money, and therefore our equity, the portion that we own, will be less. Let's see how much less. The new loan percentage is 6.5%. That's this amount monthly, and if we make our old payment each month, so that the principal goes up by this percentage and then down by our payment, we'll find that at the end of the 360 months, the end of the 30 years, the loan is not paid off. We're not down to a balance of zero. Let's use Goal Seek to adjust this to zero by changing our monthly payment to what it should be with the new interest rate. The monthly payment to get a final balance of zero should be more than $1,231.43. It should be $1,264.14. Now these numbers have been adjusted correctly, and we can go back down to see what happens at the end of 10 years. With the old interest rate, we would have had an equity of $167,504. Here we see that with the new interest rate, our equity is slightly lower, $166,427.